Well, my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much on me. Just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now, I don't blame him because he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. Well, he must have thought that was quite a joke, and it got a lot of laughs from a lot of folks. Seems I had a fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd get red, and some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick, and I grew up mean. My fists got hard, my wits got keen, roamed from town to hide my shame. But it made me vow to the moon and stars I'd search the honky-tonks and bars and kill that man that gave me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I just hit town and my throat was dry. I thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. At an old saloon on a street of mud, there was a table dealing stud. Sat the dirty, mangy dog that named me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my old sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mother had. I knew I was scarring his cheek in his evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old. I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you're gonna die." Yeah, that's what I told him. Well, I hit him hard, right between the eyes, and he went down. But to my surprise, he came up with a knife and he cut a piece of my ear. But I busted a chair right across his teeth, and we crashed through the wall and into the street, kicking and a gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. Well, I tell you, I fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. I heard him laugh and then I heard him cuss. He went for his gun and I pulled mine first. He stood there looking at me and I saw him smile. Said, "Son, this world is rough, and if a man's going to be, he's got to be tough. And I know he'll be around there to help you along." So I gave you that name and I said goodbye, and I knew you'd have to get tough or die. And it's that name that helped make you strong. Yeah, I said, now you just put up one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your guts and the spit in your eye, 'cause I'm that named you Sue. Yeah, what'd I do? What could I do? Got all choked up and I threw down my gun, called him Pa, and he called me son. And I came away with a different point of view. And I think about him now and then, every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a son, I think I'm going to name him Bill or George or anything but Sue.